Hello, Prudent Marketer here, Steve Mills. Thank you ever so much for taking a few moments to watch this video. Today I'd like to tell you a story. It's a true story. I've been involved in helping businesses now for just over 30 years, running my own business for over 20 of those. And I remember years ago, one of my clients was advertising in a magazine. They were selling a very expensive product. I.e. about £2 million in the time. I'm talking maybe 10, 12 years ago now. And they wwere selling it into local authorities. And basically it was a machine that segmented rubbish. So it put the bottles over here and the cans over there and the rubbish paper and so on and so forth. And it automated the whole process. And they were running this advert. When I first started working with them, they were running an advert on the back page of quite an expensive glossy that went out to every local authority in the UK. And they said to me, look, we've been running this for quite some time now. It's costing us £1,200 a month to run this advert, and we've been running it for 8 months. And I said, okay, so how many leads has it created? They said, well, none. So, they spent not a phenomenal amount of money, but a reasonable amount of money on something that hadn't worked. And to be honest, if I hadn't come along, they'd have probably still been spending it and it's still not working because they had no system in place for measuring. So we helped them to put a system in place, but more importantly, we looked at one of the keys to advertising, and that is the headline. There's an old saying that in advertising, the headline is the advert for the advert. Now, in modern times, the headline is the advert for the web page, it's the advert for the social media post, it's the advert for the pay-per-click advert, and it's the advert for the email, and so on and so forth. And so my suggestion is that you do what this company did and tested different headlines. Now, their original headline was the name of the company. Now, I'm not going to mention the name of the company for the sake of embarrassing them, but I can tell you this is absolutely genuine. And it was a name that, didn't really mean anything. It wasn't like, the Prudent Marketing Company as an example. It's pretty obvious what that company does, but their company name didn't mean it. It was like Xeon Limited, but it wasn't that. Okay. Now, I got them to change the headline from their version of Xeon Limited to local authorities save 25 to 40% on waste reclamation. And we ran that advert, and the following month we got our first leads. We got 6 leads, which wasn't bad. But the good news is they turned 3 of those leads into meetings, and they turned one of those meetings into a £2.2 million sale. Now, I tell that not to impress you, but just to impress upon you that if you test different headlines, you will get different results. But what do most people do? They set up a web page or send out an email or do a pay-per-click advert. They don't bother split testing. They keep the same advert, getting the same results again and again and again without ever testing and just seeing and measuring, how high is high. If you could get that conversion rate up 5%, 10%, 20%, who knows what results you could achieve. The best I've ever done is a 250% increase in inquiry rate just by changing the headline. So that's my message to you. I know this has gone on a little bit longer than I would have thought or hoped, but it is such a powerful thing. Testing and measuring your headline, making sure it's got a really strong headline is something that you need to do. And that is pretty much right across the board, whether it's you standing up at a networking event or an email or a letter or an advert or a web page, no matter what it is, think about the headline and think about how you can improve it in order to improve your conversion rate. I hope that helps. I hope you enjoyed listening to my short video, but what I really hope is that you take action and create results as a result of doing so. Thank you ever so much for listening. If I can help you further, my telephone number is 01256 345 556, and it's Steve Mills, the Prudent Marketer. Thanks very much for listening.